And that's going to leave him with just one timeout remaining still in the third quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt him. We'll be back. This is Crowell, and they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a 3rd time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
And now it's 2nd and goal. They'll give Crowell another crash. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
They're knocking on the door as they come to the line here on 3rd and goal from the 1. Halfback sent in motion. On 3rd and 1. He dropped it. Couldn't hand zone. So no 6 points, incomplete. Now Cody Parkey out to try the field goal. Less than an extra point attempt here. This is an 18-yarder. And Parkey's kick is good. And that will make this now an 18-point ball game. So they take it all the way to the 1-yard line, but in the end, they opt for 3.
I know if this was a video game, they never would have gone for the field goal because, Brandon, who kicks field goals in video games? But you've got to make sure you get points, and that was as easy a 3 as you can get.
You kick field goals in video games. That's who kicks field goals in video games. Looks like the defense in press coverage here.
Come on, let's round. Flex round.
They start on the ground with Elliott. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. And the offense moving quickly to the line.
And once again, leverage wins. The offensive line lower than the defensive front. It's space for the guy carrying the ball.
Brought down that time by Christian Kirksey. On 3rd down, Elliott. And he's going to have the 1st down, yardage to the 35. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches.
I always appreciate runners who understand situations. That was just 3rd and inches. No reason to dance around in the backfield and try and break off a bigger play. Just go pick up the 1st down, and that's exactly what he did.
Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
And the offense facing a 3rd and 6. Prescott from the gun on 3rd. He's got time. He's going to air one out. And this will be caught inside the 10. What a grab. Touchdown, Cowboys. Dez Bryant, 60 yards. And the Cowboys get a bit closer. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
toe
that.
Bashed it.
Super toe.
Again, it's Crowell. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. Back now in Arlington. It's the Browns football, and they've got the lead here as we start quarter number 4. So the run moves the chains, and here we go on first down. Here's a give to Crowell. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
So while the offense has had a big day, no one on that side of the ball is excited about seeing a loss like that. Their goal, to make every play positive. And when you have a bad one like that, your next goal is to not let it spiral into more.
On the run, it's Crowell. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third.
Partner, I think there's a lesson there. Some days you're just having a really tough time, and for the defense, today has been that day. But after that play, what do you learn? You can still make plays even when the other guy's having success against you.
They'll need to get the play off quickly. To throw is RG3. A bullet throw, but incomplete. Here's Britton Colquitt now as he's on to punt for Cleveland. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over. And they're going to need another score. Got one last time. Now hang on here. Timeout called by the defense. That will be their third and final stoppage as they'll only have the 2-minute warning now remaining. First down throw for Prescott. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
I've become a firm believer over the years that many drops happen before the ball's even snapped. When you call wide receiver screen, as we saw there, I know these guys really well. They're thinking about that play going to the end zone, and sometimes they forget to catch the football first.
And he hits Jason Witten, the tight end. Give him 30 yards there.
Now, that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield.
This is caught inside the 15. A gain of 39 that time. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him, and he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. Jason Witten, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Cowboys draw a bit closer. And he's such a talented tight end, just creates nightmarish tight matchups on the other side.
He's so good that when we say tight end, we're almost damning him with faint praise, aren't we? Because he can do it all. He's as good as any receiver in the NFL.
Well, that's the deal. He's a wide receiver, just in a bigger body.
Bigger body, a matchup nightmare, and who's going to cover him? When I sit in the film session, I just look at the coach and say, really? Really? You're going to yell at me? You go cover him.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. And the play clock's running down. They'll run with Crowell. And he's He's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40.
Okay, let's do our version of name dropping here. Let's show off a little knowledge, right? The A gap, the gap between the center and the guard on either side, right? Both sides. Control that, you're going to control an inside running game.
He had to feel satisfied. And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. Crowell. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a third and about 3 to go. So they're leading. They have possession of the football, and certainly this is where they just want to milk the clock. And the back goes into motion. Griffin now to throw on third down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Third down is a down. Both sides know they absolutely have to win. And the name of the game for the defense is pressure on the quarterback. But pressure on the quarterback with contact, that's how you end up winning it.
And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. And he goes in motion here in the backfield. Fourth down. Here's RG3. Now this is brought in by Pryor. They get 17 down to the 17, and it's a first down. Fresh set of downs here.
I remember in pregame when we were talking to him on the field, and he took his gloves off and showed us his fingers. A few misshapen ones in there. And now
the Cowboys are going to call another timeout. That'll be their second, so one more chance to stop the clock here, and we'll be back. Now it's Crowell, and he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8. And give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be third and about the length of the football. This will be the 8th play of the drive, and it's 3rd and inches.
I think that run gives us evidence that the defense is getting a little bit tired out there. They've been out in the field for a long time, and that last run, they just cut right through him.
And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. Now this will be the 9th play on this drive.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball.
And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. Now they'll bring one of their tight ends in motion right. 2nd and goal from the 2-yard line. They'll try and punch it in with Crowell. And I think they stopped him again. They did at the 1-yard line. No gain on that one, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Stonewalled on 2nd down. Now let's see what they can do on 3rd and goal from the 2. There's Crowell, and he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
So we had action to the very end of this one, the score on the final play that they didn't need to have. They didn't just run out the clock, though. They added to their final total.
Played it all the way to the end, and you know some coaches preach that and tell their teams that's what I want all the time, and they feel like if they don't do it themselves, they're not living up to the message that they're sending out.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. With that, we say so long from Big D.